Hi, I'm Mayor Amy Marasco of the City of Lewes, and I'm excited to tell you that this summer we're bringing recycling back to our beaches. Based on citizen input from the Environmental Tapestry Project and other communications to City Council, we know how important it is to having recycling at our beach. But we also know that cross-contamination of trash and recycling harms our recycling stream. So we're going to start with a pilot project at Johnny Walker Beach. And as long as we can just put bottles and cans into the recycling at the beach, then this is going to be a successful pilot and we'll bring it to all of our beaches. I thank you very much for keeping Lewes clean. And now I'm going to introduce former Mayor Andrew Williams, who has the iconic video about the proper way to recycle in Lewes. Thanks very much. Have a great summer.
Welcome to Lewes, Delaware, the first town in the first state. I'm proud to tell you that Lewes has the lowest contamination rate of any town in the state of Delaware. Lewes participates in the single stream recycling program. We do this in order to benefit our natural resources, reduce our landfill waste, and reduce pollution into our rivers and streams. Not every item, however, is recyclable within the single stream recycling program. Residents are encouraged to participate in our single stream recycling program by placing recyclable items loosely in their blue recycling bins. We aren't able to take them in bags. You can, in your home, have your recycling in your bag, but what we would ask is when it's time for recycling, just take the items out, dump them from the plastic bag loose into the blue recycling bin. Please do not put the trash bags themselves or any plastic bags, they're not recyclable. The loose items, if you're not sure what would be eligible as something that is a single stream recycling item, I've got a few here as examples. Some are pretty obvious. I think the main thing we want to drive across is that the food is out, so empty cans, aluminum cans, metal cans for soup and vegetables. Again, make sure that they're rinsed out and before you put them in to the recycling bin. Wine bottles, beer bottles, all those are standard items that are allowed, again, so long as they're rinsed. Paper bags are fine to put in, as well as loose paper. That can be newspaper, magazines, loose old copy paper is fine to put in there. However, not shredded paper. Looser, smaller gauge cardboard, such as comes in packaging for your food, is fine, as well as plastic food containers, again, so long as the food does not remain in the container, same as your milk jugs, water bottles, and such. Those can be placed, again, loosely into a blue recycling bin. Thank you. So we've covered what can go into the recycling. Again, loose items, no bagged items in our recycling bins. Let's cover now things that should definitely not go into your recycling bin. Some of those things would include wires, so charging wires, string lights, old extension cords. These should not go into your recycling bin. Neither should batteries. There are other opportunities to recycle batteries throughout the community. The BPW hosts a hazardous waste pickup each year, allows you to drop off things like paint, batteries, old wires, old hard drives or computer parts and things which are not recyclable. In addition, packaging materials such as styrofoam, plastic bubble wrap, despite it being paper, again, shredded paper is not recyclable, especially if, as we covered before, things should not be placed in bags. As well as frozen food packaging. What's the issue at issue here is a wax coating that goes on frozen food packaging. It renders it not eligible for the single stream recycling program. So again, that unfortunately would be a trash item. Yard waste as well. There are separate pickups within your service that allows for yard waste. I would just place that on the side of the street when those days are available. Again, just to hammer home, no plastic bags. So that includes our grocery store bags or our trash bags. If you have items in the bags that are recyclable, take them out and put them in loosely there. Despite the fact that these bags often have the recycling symbol, again, they are not eligible for the single stream program that we participate in Delaware. So I would encourage you, most grocery stores have a receptacle. You can bring back your grocery bags there. I would encourage you to do that. Some other larger items that we don't want you putting in trash, but again are eligible for your hazardous and your bulk waste. Things like hoses should not be put in recycling. We can take garden hoses, pressure washer hoses and such in the garbage, but do not put them in your recycling. Metal, so despite the fact that we take aluminum cans and metal soup cans, we do not take even small scrap metal. So again, take that to the BPW. There's also a landfill in Harbison. You could do a self-serve there where you could bring some of these items. There's also glass we mentioned that is recyclable are things like bottles, beer bottles, wine bottles, Evian water bottles, these types of things. Window glass, mirrored glass, not eligible for recycling. So again, we would encourage you to do that in landfill or with BPW bulk pickup. Even a single point of contamination within your recycling pickup can cause the recycling facility to reject the load. And then the entire load, even though a majority of it may be recyclable, would then have to be taken to a landfill. So it's important that we all participate and as best we can keep those things that would contaminate the single stream recycling out and only have loose items that aren't bagged that are recyclable. And we appreciate your attention to this detail. Thank you for participating in our recycling program and helping to keep Lewes the #1 town in the first state in terms of recycling. To learn more, visit Recyclopedia, or to contact the city, you can go through our website, which is www.ci.lewes.de.us. To reach us by phone, dial 302-645-7777. Thank you.